What is up, guys? It's the Rebelious'sGecko here, bringing you another Battlefield 3 commentary. This time on the beautiful map of Seine Crossing. And if you've ever played Battlefield or ever played this map on Rush, you will know that there is one base that is the hardest, the most difficult, and the most annoying base to take in the entire game. And that, my friend, is B. First base. Why is this base so... And now there'd be normally some guy waiting there. Oh, and there'd be normally a guy in that corner over there where I just looked. Oh, and all they have is this poor fellow who forgot to look both ways before crossing the road. How did I just take that base that's normally so hard to take? It's simple, you just get there early. Now, trust me when I say this, getting there early makes everything so much easier, because they do not have time to set up. A big mistake, which normally 99.9% of the Battlefield 3 population does, is go for A first, just because it's so easy to take. But that is not what you want to do, and right here I can just sneak up behind these people. Oh, got one there. You might notice that I'm using the AK and pistol snipe. Oh, but I can't get away. And you may notice that, oh wait, I'll interrupt myself again. Look at this. This is like the scene from like Lord of the Rings, where I'm just like, you shall not pass. I just run up this street, not letting a single person down from the enemy team. I think I took out like 4 guys just running up this street. So I just take out a brief second to reload, take out him, and they just can't get by. I'm just keeping them away, keeping them off. I take out this final guy here, and what I was saying before I got interrupted was, you may notice that I'm using the AEK once again. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I am not... By no means I'm like assault all the time, always use the like most overpowered guns, like the AEK or M16A3. That is not how I play. I use all the classes. I just happen to be using the AEK now, because I was just playing with it. I always like to play with all the guns, and sometimes that involves playing with a good gun. And no one can get away from the Gecko, so I just sniped this guy off the top of the tower here. This base is just so much easier to get than the last base. Like, once you get through the first one, you feel like you can get through all the bases, because that's how hard it can be sometimes. But if you follow my advice and just run there, I guarantee it you'll take the base more often. So, let's see, a tip for defending this base, though, is to cover your areas where they can enter. Just cover their spawn. Their spawn, they have to run through a big road to get there, so as long as you cover it, you should have no problem. And this guy thinks he can come around through the crates. Nope. I got my magnum waiting for you. Oh. And those grenades, you just have those times where that person gets just the luckiest grenade throw, and it just happens to kill you. Probably the much harder base to take here, though, is not the road here, it's the boat over there. To my right, which I should be heading there soon. The boat is a whole totally different story from the road. The road is so simple, it's just straight up forward, run up the road. The boat, though, is so open that, oh god, it's such hard to take. Well, not hard to take, but it's just madness. People fire their RPGs, fire their grenades, fire everything in there. It can be quite the chaotic experience. So, guess what happens when I run down the road? Obviously, I see someone just died, so I know there's a guy there. So I find him. Oh, that was quite the panic knife. He just ran at me and was just like, I'm gonna get the knife. And he did take the knife. So eventually we get the boat. It took like a few more deaths, but we eventually got it. And this has to be on par for my favorite base on Seine Crossing. The last one is pretty good too. But I think, back on topic with the AEK, if you want me to use a different class, please just comment below if you do, because I'll use any class. I am pretty good with the recon, support, engineer, so really you can just give your input of what you want me to use. And yeah, I always find it's always iffy with these big rubble piles where the guy is. He can always be hiding in the corner. You just won't know, because that's how much stuff there is there. And what I like to do here is just clear out this place. I always find some random sniper just sniping here. There's always someone on the top floors, but I kind of catch that guy before he gets in. If there's no one in here, you can always just watch over so they don't get... Just watch over the spawn. So now I know someone's coming out. So I do what's best, just wait here and take him out. And I think I'm about to... And then this guy comes in, so I'm like... Nah, strike. And what it was that? I just knifed him into the next dimension right there. Whew. That was pretty cool. Of course, he's tags or nothing. You always get people lurking there as well. That's what I find. And there I wanted to throw a med pack through a grenade. And I thought the bases were done here. I was ready to move on to the final bases. But I realized that we didn't even take this base yet, which was quite the surprise to me, because this base normally falls pretty quick, considering it's so close to the last one. So unfortunately, got the M16A3 just cleared me out there. So I was just deciding where to spawn now. And I go back down this road because honestly, you could go behind there, but I've had some times where I've just like failed and not made it, so I didn't want to risk it. So I just came around to the left here and just popped up, and it actually worked really well because he came out at the time and I came out at the same time, so it kind of like, I don't know, he'd be shooting that way. See, look, see, they even went down. They didn't make it. I kind of like popped up behind them, which is pretty good. And then you just jump in and take the base. Simple as that. And this base is not never a hard base to take. Not at all. And see, what you do when you're just defending a base, watch where the people most likely to come out as. Which I'm not doing right now. No, but I don't even know why people, like... I guess he was trying to kill us to the back of our base, but his com's arm, they don't know what he was doing all the way out there. Some people just gotta, like, realize, you can't go too far away from the comms, because then you're not doing anything for them. Especially when we're owning them so badly. And this game was just, as you can tell by now, it was a cakewalk. This game was so easy. Like, we just steamrolled them all the way through. We just, like... They were flattened, and I checked this place one more time for guys, because there's always people running in here, and what do you know? What do you know? A recon. And yeah, I didn't go for the knife there, big whoop. I always like just using knife in random situations. Not when it actually makes sense. That'd be retarded to use a knife. And here we go to the last base, which is on par for my favorite base on this map, because defending here, you can rack up so many kills by just, like, locking it down. Especially with, I think that's B base. A is really open. I don't see why any bother keeping A. So that's why I go for B first, because it's always the hardest base to... And boom! Claymores can't phase me. Can't be moved, can't be stopped. So I just, you know, heal up again and run out. And what do you know? Another Claymore. Wow, it was my lucky day, but no. No, I could not survive the bullets. I could survive 2 explosions, but not the bullets. So I'm lucky again to get revived, and I will show you my favorite hiding spots of all time in this map. Right after I take out this bro. Oh, headshot. I don't know, got a lot of headshots in this game if you're counting. Like, I know I don't have that great accuracy, but man, I was getting a lot of headshots in this game. But right here, you can just watch the base, especially if you're defending. You can just see if someone's planning so easily and just take him out. And now we move on to the final base, which, well, the final bomb. We already are at the final base. The final bomb is just so, I already knew we were winning. It was no doubt from, like, last base that we were gonna win. So we got the bomb. Now it's just a matter of time for waiting. So basically, yeah, if you want me to do different classes, please just tell me. I'll probably be just switching up the classes anyways, just because, you know, what the hell. Might as well. I like to use Recon. SKS is quite a gun I like to use. Support, I probably won't play as much as support, probably my least favorite class. But anyways, yeah, that was my gameplay. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe. It really helps me when giving me motivation to do more videos. Thank you and goodbye.